the greatest revenge.
I had no choice, I had to do it.
Final mission of GTA San Andreas, End of the Line.
What happened to you, man?
Man, what the fuck do you care? I guess we better do this shit then.
This showdown isn't just another mission, it's a perfect revenge and a moment that defines GTA San Andreas. CJ may walk away scared, but he walks away whole, knowing he reclaimed his identity and his family's honor. And for every fan, it's the revenge that hits the hardest. Every game story has that one moment that defines it, but GTA San Andreas has that moment which defines the greatest revenge of all time. CJ and Big Smoke weren't just allies, they were brothers.
Oh my god, what's up?
Growing up in Grove Street, they shared the same dreams, the same struggles, and the same enemies. But as CJ was drawn away from the streets, Big Smoke was drawn into something darker: power, money, and control.
Look at you got the whole world. I ain't got no regrets, man.
Smoke, you had...
I made it, CJ. I'm a success. I can't be touched.
And in the world of GTA San Andreas, loyalty has a price. Unlike Ryder, who was a major red flag from the start.
What you saying about me, fool?
What's up, man? I'm saying that the East Coast made you drive like an idiot, fool. Man, you always crashing cars and shit. And for some reason now you back. All it is CJ drive here, CJ drive there. Bullshit.
Man, why don't you just take it easy?
Taunting us at every turn, bailing when things went south.
Ryder, where the hell you at, man?
And constantly dragging us into trouble without ever pulling his weight.
I'm down. Let's roll.
Jill, you always down, homie. Apart from when you ain't around here.
Nigga, fuck you.
Big Smoke was different. He was more than just a friend. He was like a brother, a good character, a funny one. Always there to motivate us, making us feel special, even giving us money for clothes. Now seeing someone with such a strong personality turn against us, and for what? Power. That's what made this betrayal so simple, yet so impactful, making our revenge even more solid and personal. From the start, he gave subtle hints that he might betray us. He chose to live in Bala's territory, far from Grove Street. We'd even see Frank Tenpenny coming out of his house occasionally. He'd avoid confrontations with Balas, like in Drive-Thru Mission, where he prioritizes food over the fight.
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
And in the very first mission, the Balas didn't even target him or Ryder. Then, when sensitive topics like CJ's mother's death or the gang's direction came up, he'd change the subject or give vague responses, brushing off any direct answers that might reveal his true intentions. But despite these clues, we never truly saw it coming. Not until the moment of betrayal itself. For 90% of you, this video is done. Go check out some other shots. But for the few of you who want to dig deeper, here's where the real breakdown begins, the greatest revenge of all time. Let's go back to the beginning and examine the signs that Big Smoke was destined to betray CJ and Grove Street, and break down his character along the way. First, let's remember why CJ was in San Andreas to begin with. He'd returned for his mother's funeral. Both Ryder and Big Smoke were ultimately responsible for her death, as she was caught in a deadly shootout involving the infamous Green Saber, a car linked to their betrayal. But Big Smoke's plan went beyond CJ's mother. He intended to wipe out Grove Street entirely, especially Sweet. When CJ arrived home before the funeral, he found Smoke already inside, acting suspiciously, almost as he was waiting for Sweet to return so he could ambush him. Instead of an honest reunion, Smoke pretended he had caught a thief, acting surprised and relieved to see CJ.
I promise you, I'm gonna find out who killed your moms. The streets is cold, dog. Like it says in the book, we are blessed and cursed.
What's tragic is how convincing Smoke was. He even offered to help CJ find out who killed his mother, putting on such an act that even the most seasoned GTA fans wouldn't suspect. He was hiding darker intentions. His words were so carefully chosen that it's as even the game creators wanted us to believe in his loyalty, only for us to discover the heartbreaking truth later on.
Like it says in the book, we are blessed and cursed.
fucking book.
Same things make us laugh, make us cry.
This line doesn't refer to any specific book in real life. Rather, it's meant to reflect Big Smoke's philosophical outlook and hint at his complex character. He is speaking in a way that suggests he has his own beliefs about fate, destiny, and the duality of blessings and curses, foreshadowing his later betrayal. This line serves as an early glimpse into Big Smoke's mindset, where he sees life as both a blessing and a struggle, a perspective that ultimately leads him down a morally questionable path. He even threw the baseball bat to his mom's pick, foreshadowing that he was the one who killed his mom. Right after CJ's return, we attended his mother's funeral, but just as we were leaving, we were ambushed, and our car gets blown up by the Balas. Who could have tipped them off? It had to be Big Smoke. There are two key things to notice here. First, Sweet chose one path back, but Big Smoke and Ryder insisted on taking a different route, the longest one possible to get back to Grove Street. Big Smoke was pulling stunts, and both of them seemed to be slowing down on purpose. Now maybe it's just me, but every time I play this mission, I can't shake the feeling that they were deliberately slowing down to give the Balas more chances to take us out. Even more suspiciously, the Balas seem to be targeting only CJ and Sweet. At first, this might look like standard game mechanics, but later on we realize it's a brilliant piece of storytelling, subtly foreshadowing Smoke's betrayal. Later in the mission drive-through, yeah, the one with Big Smoke's famous order, there were more subtle hints at betrayal.
Hey, don't we got beef around here? We've been getting into it with these fools.
I can't stand cold food. Unlike you, I ain't never ate from a trash can.
Oh shit. Trash can bitch.
Pass me my food.
Ryder starts talking a bit too freely, sharing information, and Big Smoke keeps telling him to stay quiet. It's as if Smoke doesn't want too much said in front of CJ. Then there's Smoke over the top food order.
I'll have 2 number 9s, a number 9 large, a number 6 with extra dip, a number 7, 2 number 45s, 1 with cheese, and a large soda.
It wasn't just because of big appetite. He was stalling, buying time for Balas to catch up. And notably, throughout the whole mission, Big Smoke barely shoots at the Balas, even though Ryder is firing away. As the game progresses, we also notice Tenpenny and Pulaski frequently visiting Smoke's house. Every time we ask, Big Smoke never fully explains their presence, a huge red flag.
Those nosy motherfuckers won't leave me alone. Think I'm Mr. Big or something, but I don't tell them shit. For me, it's all about my homeboy Carl.
This was the first clue that Big Smoke was hiding something. At this point, it's becoming clear that Smoke isn't just betraying Grove Street, he's playing every side, including the Balas. Unlike Ryder, who's simply power hungry, Big Smoke wants the top spot. He is driven to be the most powerful man in the city. There's another clue, he doesn't even live in Grove Street anymore. Instead, he's settled comfortably with the Balas territory, separated from his roots. By the time we start realizing all of this, we are on the verge of the final showdown, at reuniting the families, the last mission before the ultimate betrayal. In the mission reuniting the families, we see the first major signs of betrayal as Ryder and Smoke leave CJ stranded in the motel, practically setting him up to die. When they finally show up, there's a strange look between them, almost as if they had planned something all along. Right after everything clicks into place, we see Tenpenny, the Balas, and Big Smoke all working together. And there it is, the green saber, the very car used in CJ's mother's murder. This moment shifts the entire story. From here on, CJ is warned to keep his distance from Big Smoke, who is revealed to be the central piece in this twisted puzzle. Big Smoke's betrayal wasn't just a plot twist, it was a knife to the heart. Smoke turned his back on his family, on his brothers, and on the neighborhood he once protected. He chose his own empire over loyalty, ambition, and friendship. For CJ, it wasn't just business, it was personal. Till now, we trusted Big Smoke, but now it took a great impact on CJ and us as a player. So from now on, the game story took us to the second part. Grove Street family members are fighting each other due to the devastating impact on internal betrayal, corruption, and the infiltration of drugs and outside influence into their neighborhood. Big Smoke, one of the Grove Street's high-ranking members, betrays the gang by joining forces with the Ballas and aligning himself with corrupt officers like Frank Tenpenny. His alliance with the Ballas allows them to push drugs into Los Santos, something Grove Street families always opposed under Sweet's leadership. Big Smoke's betrayal divides loyalties within the gang, leading some members to either support or turn a blind eye to the drugs flooding the community. As a result, by the game's final missions, Grove Street is fractured. Members are no longer united on one cause. Instead, some are loyal to Smoke and Tenpenny's drug empire, while the others remain with CJ and Sweet, fighting to restore the gang's original values. This division represents the ultimate consequence of Smoke's pursuit of power, showing how it eroded the gang's unity from the inside out, culminating in Grove Street members turning against each other in the end. Los Santos was in chaos. Cars were exploding, SWAT teams were swarming the streets, and martial law has taken over. In simple terms, the entire city was burning, and our goal was clear: reach the crack fortress, where we'd face our final enemy and once great friend, Big Smoke. You could feel the tension in the air, knowing how monumental this mission would be. It wasn't just any mission, it was the longest and most intense mission in all of GTA history. Using a command-trained SWAT tank, we infiltrated the fortress. Pushing through, we took down Big Smoke's loyal guards, eliminating them one by one as we delved deeper. With each step, the true scale of the crack fortress became apparent. This wasn't just a hideout, it was a fully fortified stronghold, a testament to Smoke's ambition and the empire he'd built through betrayal. Big Smoke's fortress is more than a hideout. It's a monument to his betrayal, a twisted kingdom built on his lies and blood money. As CJ storms his way through, it feels like he's battling every decision Smoke made, every friendship he sold out, every value he threw away for power. After battling through countless enemies and climbing 4 floors, our objective changed: get to Big Smoke. My heart started racing, and a wave of anticipation hit me. This was it, the final showdown. It's not just about taking down a gang leader, it's about reclaiming his identity, his family's legacy, and his own sense of justice. In this moment, it's not just CJ versus Smoke, it's loyalty versus betrayal, ambition versus honor, and CJ, with all his flaws and struggles, becomes the symbol of justice. For every player, this showdown is a culmination of everything we felt watching CJ's story unfold. We finally faced Big Smoke, and what he was doing? Playing video games with an armor. He was ready, he was calm, and CJ was not in a rush to kill him. He wanted to know why. Big Smoke told us that he knew that we were coming and he don't give a shit. We simply asked him, why did you do it? And his reply was something we never expected.
Fuck Tenpenny and fuck his Polish lapdog and fuck the police, man. Oh, that's old shit. Look at you, you got the whole world. I ain't got no regrets, man.
Smoke, you had...
I made it, CJ. I'm a success. I can't be touched. I don't give a fuck. Fuck the whole world.
What happened to you, man?
Man, what the fuck do you care? I guess we better do this shit.
He didn't offer some grand explanation or hidden motive, he just wanted power. Don't bother trying to understand, he says, brushing off any sense of guilt or regret. But here's the thing, he didn't really explain anything. Instead, he launched into a fight, almost as if he was avoiding the truth himself. Deep down, maybe Big Smoke didn't have a real answer. Maybe even he didn't fully understand why he turned on the people who once meant everything to him. This moment right here, this is what makes this showdown unforgettable. It's the final twist, the one that exposes Big Smoke's emptiness beneath all that ambition. Big Smoke was never that complicated. From the start, he lied, he schemed, and he betrayed us at every turn. He used people as pawns and let himself to be used as one, all in the name of power. He tried and failed countless times to take us down. And now here he is, trapped in a fortress of his own making, trying to convince himself that it was all worth it. In his mind, he's untouchable. He's surrounded by guards, drowning in money, powerful enough to get whatever or whoever he wants. But beneath all that, is he happy? No. Big Smoke sits alone. playing a video game isolated in a castle he built for himself, a hollow king on a throne of lies. He has everything he thought he wanted, but nothing he truly needs. I think it's just his bad habit that he convinced himself that he is the right one by giving himself a proper explanation. During our final showdown, Big Smoke threw everything he had on us. He used every dirty trick in the book, and the ambush wasn't just him. He had backup, a small army willing to protect his fortress, and as the fight wore on, he was nearly pleading for help, exposing the cowardice beneath his tough exterior. He feared death, feared losing everything he had built, and was living in a delusion that it was all worth it. When he was finally on the verge of death, we expected, maybe even hoped, for a real answer. Carl just asked him one last time, "Why did you turn against us?" This time, Big Smoke admitted it. He was consumed by power, money, and the most of all, fame. He tried to justify himself, saying he saw an opportunity and took it, that 10 penny and the corrupt cops left him no choice. But the truth was clear. Big Smoke was a man who would do anything for power, a man who would betray anyone to reach the top. And that's the tragedy of Big Smoke. He is the kind of person you meet in real life, someone so blinded by ambition that they lose sight of who they are, until all that's left is regret and emptiness. Big Smoke's last words were final, hollow confession. He only wanted money, power, and fame. He wanted people to remember his name, and yet in the end, he died like a complete waste. As he took his last breath, you could see the disappointment on CJ's face. All he could say was, "What a waste," like us. CJ has hoped for some last shred of honesty, some logical answer, but there was none. In the end, Big Smoke was nothing more than a fake it, a man consumed by ambition, leaving nothing behind but regret. And that's the tragedy of it all. Big Smoke, once a friend, became the ultimate symbol of betrayal, and this showdown became the greatest revenge in gaming history. Hey guys, it's V here. I hope you enjoyed this video and got a glimpse into the most powerful revenge and betrayal story in the gaming industry. If you have any suggestions for the future topics, drop them in the comments, and if you enjoyed this journey, show some love. I'll catch you in the next time. Take care and much love.